6 women are going to live with communities in some of the most remote places on Earth.
Wow.
Like many women today, juggling career, home and family, they feel that something is missing. By spending time in societies where female roles are very different, they hope to find answers that could change their lives. Year-old Anna de Vere is traveling almost 4,000 miles to a remote corner of southern Ethiopia. She's spending almost a month with the Hamar, a tribe of shepherds and farmers who live on the arid plains of the Omo Valley. Up to 20,000 Hamar live in the region. Life for women here is tough, and ritualized whipping is a celebrated tradition. Anna lives in London and works as a business coach.
Nice to see you again. And so what we need to just do is add up these numbers. So we've got 1, 2, 3.
I am a kind of workaholic. I do work hard. If there's an opportunity there, I will go for it.
Yes, Anna. Typical London traffic. We're running a little bit late.
Every moment of her day is accounted for.
I know I'm a bit anal about my lists. I will write lists. I will have to pick up the phone to somebody and I'll write it on my list, pick up the phone and cross it off, because then I feel I've done something sometimes. Yeah, I lists everywhere.
Anna lives with her long-term partner, John, a barrister. With no kids to look after, both have forged very successful careers.
John's just as busy as I am. You know, we have very, very separate lives. We have to work away a lot independently. We treat each other just as like passing guests in our house a lot of the time.
We don't have the kind of relationship where we live in one another's pockets. I know that she'll be all right. I'm not the worrying kind, but even if I was, I don't think I'd worry about Anna.
See you later tonight.
Yeah. She's more than capable of looking after herself.
He doesn't say things like that usually.
Mum and Dad, they're still alive. They live in Coventry. Got no brothers and sisters, so literally like the only one. I don't get home as much as I know I should. I think I've got a pretty good life. Got a nice house that I enjoy coming home to. I enjoy my work. So in one respect, I felt I'd kind of hit a plateau almost, where everything was good. But then you start to think, am I happy?
I could carry on like this until I die and I wouldn't be unhappy. But I want to come back here and start appreciating what I've got and what I do more, and I think this will help me do it. That's my main reason for going out there.
Anna will spend almost a month with the Hamar, and her journey starts with a 2-day drive from the capital, Addis Ababa. She's heading down through the lush highlands and on to the brutally hot plains of southern Ethiopia.
The trees, they've got prickles on them about 2 inches long, and they're just everywhere. Not just people, but how kind of cattle or anything kind of survives. It looks so kind of dry.
Conflicts with neighboring tribes, livestock rustlers from over the border in Kenya, and the ever-present threat of starvation means life here is precarious.
There we go.
Anna will live in the tiny village of Minogwel-Tidore. Its 35 inhabitants live side by side in 6 huts.
Hello.
Oh my Lord. Anna. Dobo.
Anna will be staying with Dobo, a mother of 5 in a small one-room hut. Dobo's husband died a few years ago, and now she runs the household herself.
So how many people live in here? How 5 people live in here. And will I be living in here as well? This is, I live here with the 5 people. Okay, so we've established the most important thing.
Hamar men and women have very clearly defined roles. The men herd goats and cattle and are often away for days at a time looking for grazing land, while the women look after the household, raising the children, collecting firewood and water, grinding flour and cooking. For the next few weeks, Anna will have to live, eat and work as a Hamar woman. And before she's even unpacked, Dobo and her friend Gardo are keen to see if she's up to the job.
I might underplay it.
On my shoulder?
Oh! Oh! That's okay.
Okay.
Don't keep putting extra ones on. He's good? Very strong? Strong. So we've got a good start then. Now I've just got to live up to that. So you have to tilt it at the top, I think.
As well as fetching firewood, Anna, who rarely cooks at home, will have to perfect the art of grinding sorghum flour.
We're a good team. My lads, it's very hard work. It's not that it's hard work, it's that it's about 50 degrees in here. And it's easy just to kind of get into a kind of relaxed routine. Then it just doesn't do it.
Anna's willingness to throw herself into the task has impressed Dobo.
Is it okay? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hamar villages are incredibly social places. Within half an hour of Anna's arrival, Dobo's hut is full of visitors.
There must have been 20 people in here earlier on, honestly. They just kept coming through the door.
It's amazing. And then they poodle off and come back and bring somebody else. I don't know if they were going out and fetching other people or what, but it's amazing.
Even unpacking is a public event here.
My bra was of great excitement, my spare bra. You like this, don't you? You want to put it on? Yeah, that's it. Reversing out of here. Whoop. Pardon? What, my head first? I think in a hut, I'm just not used to having loads of people around kind of thing, so it's going to be interesting.
That evening, the men in the village give Anna a traditional welcome. But while Anna plays with the local children, her welcome dance gets hijacked by a familiar face.
It's our friend with the bra. She's showing off her new bra, I think.
She's definitely playing hard to get.
It's been a full-on first day for the new tribal wife.
I feel like I want to kind of be happy in front of them all the time. So it's like, it's quite a hard work to keep smiling kind of thing. I think that if I turn off for a second, I'm going to end up looking like I'm disappointed or something's not right. I might just be reading this in my own head, but that's how I feel. So at the moment, I'm finding it hard work, just kind of trying to keep that energy level up.
As soon as we get into a routine, which is typical me actually, but as soon as we get into a routine, I'll feel as though I'm more part and not that oddity or whatever the word is that you want to, you want to put on there.
The following morning, and Anna's the talk of the village. During her frenetic first day, she hardly ate anything. And Dobo's neighbour, Mapu, is worried.
Opa! I will eat more today. I will eat more.
The mainstay of the Hamar diet is kukurfa, sorghum flour rolled up into a sausage shape and boiled.
It's just so incredibly dry. And it soaks up, it's like blotting paper. It soaks up any saliva that you've got in your face, in your whole face, in your mouth, instantly.
Right, we're off. This is very big. It's big.
After a very light breakfast, Anna's first job of the day is to fetch water with Guido, Dobo's eldest daughter. It hasn't rained for months in Minaguelti, and water is scarce. The nearest water sources are 2 miles away. The villagers have a pump and also a well they've dug in a dried-out riverbed.
I like to be kept busy. Maybe it's just a routine that I'm used to. But yeah, it's great. It's good to get out and do things.
You can't get hold of it.
Every drop of water is precious.
That's me not having coffee this afternoon. It's like every task they do ends up being a social occasion, because there's now other families turning up as well.
The large jerry can, when full, weighs over 30 kilos. For now, Anna can only manage the small one. But with the temperature in the 40s, it's still a punishing load.
The baby bottle. Oh, God! How you carried that is beyond me. Oh. You're very, very strong. Oh.
To make themselves more attractive, Hamar women cut each other, leaving patterned scars on their shoulders and lower back. But Anna notices some fresher wounds on the back of one of Guido's friends that look different to the others.
What have you done to your back? What have you done? Ouch. Oh, it looks really, really sore.
Ritualized whipping is an integral part of the tribe's culture. During a coming-of-age ceremony for teenage boys, his female relatives beg to be whipped to prove their loyalty to the family. During Anna's stay, Dobo's eldest son Garko will come of age, and his female relatives, including his sister Guido, will be whipped.
This sounds as if it's going to be pretty serious. I mean, you can see the welts on their arms and on their backs. And this just isn't a tap. So that's going to be difficult.
All of the cooking is done on open fires, so fetching firewood is a daily chore for the tribal wives. Dobo takes Anna off to stock up.
I'd probably do something like this.
twice a year in the garden, and that would be just clearing up things we cut down, but it would be nothing like this. And it's just so prickly in there to start off with. We've had to walk a hell of a long way. We've got to walk a hell of a long way back. And it's totally different. Ooh, I think they're getting revenge on something. You watch, she'll just throw that on her back. Look. Hey!
Is that heavy? Is it
It's an arduous 3-hour walk back to the village.
I've never been so glad to see home. Oh boy. That was hard work.
Waiting for them at home is Dobo's youngest daughter, Inti.
Who is Myla? That last bit up the hill was a killer.
Even Anna's neighbour Gardo is impressed.
Oh.
Anna's still not eating very much. She's struggling to stomach the kakurfa, and even when she can, there isn't much to go round. Dobo's noticed a change in Anna's mood. She sends her brother Shitu to find some honey for her guest.
I think back home, I sometimes think that we're just in kind of a bit of a rut, and it's always going to be like that. And I don't like that thought. I don't like the thought that I'm going to live the rest of my life doing the same as I'm doing. But it's not, I don't want to change what I'm doing. I enjoy what I'm doing. But I kind of want to add a different layer to everything. I want to kind of experience, I want to do more things. And I don't mean work things. I want to get out and do more things, kind of to break the routine back home, or just have a different approach to things. And we don't do that as much as I would like, which means that I do things a lot on my own. And I tell myself that that's okay. But I don't want to be doing things on my own. I want to share things more with people. And that doesn't always happen. That makes me sad.
Shitu has spent hours searching for the honey. He returns with just enough for Anna to eat.
Okay, here we go. This is going to be absolute bliss. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
This stuff is so good. What I've been eating for the last few days, I think I just couldn't imagine going on for the next couple of weeks eating that alone. And I needed something to, God, I can't believe I'm craving food so badly. But this is like heaven, I cannot tell you. And I don't even like honey. In England, people just don't do this for you. You know, your neighbours, half the time you don't even know them.
And this family, within like 3 days, were aware that I was obviously hungry because they're pushing me to eat all the time. And they've walked, I don't know how far to get this for me, just to bring it back, just to know that I'm happy and things. So it's huge for me.
The Hamar rarely, if ever, cry. Dobo's mother, Gulu, is concerned.
It's
not, I'm not unhappy here at all. There's many new things to get used to here, which is sometimes difficult. And where I live back home, things are so different to here, and often because you don't have big families, I have very small family, you sometimes don't talk to people. So all the problems that you have, you hold inside. And then when somebody does something nice, you cry. And it's a good thing. If I have troubles again, I will tell you about them. I'm not used to relying on people or people being as giving as that. And that's not just giving, that's going out of the way for your whole day to do something for somebody. Yeah. We'll get twice as much then. I don't do it for people particularly, and people don't do it for me that often, whether it's the people that I know or whether it's actually just our culture, I don't know. But I was very aware of that. It really kind of touched a raw nerve.
There's more good news for Anna. The villagers have decided to kill a sheep in her honor. The herd represents Hamar wealth. To kill an animal is rare.
Oh, even better, we're having lamb. Oh, that's cheered me up no end. It's going to be great to eat it tonight. I am that hungry that a new instinct has kind of kicked in. I don't think I've ever killed in pyjamas before either. I think I'm all right now that bit's done. It's now no longer a sheep. It's now dinner. That's in your eye. This is about a gathering again. So this just isn't a sheep. It's about people eating, and it's about a lot of people eating together. I don't know, but we'll probably eat all this in one night because they will turn up from nowhere, I'm sure. And again, you know, I don't do that. We buy enough for what the two of us need. We seldom think of buying a load and then getting people round. We're not great at that. We'll always find an excuse not to have people round. Very nice. Vere. It's not a bad cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. Yay. Oh, it's still warm. Oh, God. Oh. It doesn't need salt and pepper. It doesn't need mint sauce. It's absolutely beautiful. I cannot tell you
Thank you. They didn't eat anything last night. They gave me the little bit that they had last night, and now they're waiting till later to eat. I don't know where you'd find that generosity outside of, well, certainly I don't know of that generosity in England anymore. It's hard to see what's what. That looks a good bit. Oh, thank you.
Anna's settling into life in Minagwelti.
London, people live to work in London.
Till now, Anna hasn't met Dobo's eldest son, Garko. He's been away looking for grazing land for the herd. The Hamar don't keep track of age, but at around 16, Garko is still a boy. In a week's time, however, he'll take part in a coming-of-age ceremony called the Ukili Bula, or cattle jump. If he successfully jumps a row of cattle, he will emerge a man.
Why does he whip the girls? That must be so painful. Why does he do that? What, so the more you're beaten, the more that brings honor to your family? That's happiness. When you're actually there and you see somebody that's looked after you, you know, really being put through something that's so alien, then that's going to be tough. But you can't interfere. That's the last thing I want to do is interfere, because I don't want to get involved in it in any way. But that's going to be interesting.
Hundreds of relatives will descend on the village for the cattle jump. And Dobo will have to make sure they all have enough to eat and drink on her son's big day. Now she's part of the family, Anna will have to help out too.
Stop it. No, we don't want you here. Go away. God, they're bloody stubborn. Go, 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 go. They're kind of leaving me alone to do it now, which is, they either trust me or they've just got used to their dinner being a bit more chewy. I'm quite happy to be busy, and also it's nice to see her stopping for a while. She's giving me so much. It's nice for me to be able to say, okay, now you sit there and I'll do it. That feels really nice to me, helping someone back.
Life in the village steps up a gear as the festivities approach. But for Anna, it's too much. The combination of the 40-degree heat and the new food takes its toll. Eventually, her body gives in.
They've given me a slightly softer format of
what I usually have, and some goat's milk to wash. I'm going to have to go. Sorry. I'm really sorry. I've just been sick. Maybe that will clear it. I'm never sick, ever. Never physically sick. I mean, I'm ill, yeah, but never throwing up.
With the cattle jump just days away, the timing couldn't be worse. But at Anna's lowest point, Dobo reveals that she has a special honor in store for the tribal wife.
Okay, I'm the mother of him.
Okay, then I have to be strong. Okay.
After another bad night, Dobo decides Anna needs help. The Hamar consult a fortune teller from a local village about almost everything, from whether it will rain to how to cure a snake bite, and now a faltering appetite. His views are always respected.
Hello?
Sometimes I get kind of upset here.
The fortune teller uses a pair of sandals to diagnose what's wrong with Anna. He can tell a lot from the way they fall.
Awal pegada kal be kiranga gibi berena yan akitiyada na saadima ana uru utina.
No.
Ara marunar anzawiya.
I had one baby, but the baby went away, and after that, although I tried to have children, it just never happened.
Kasha taki yes fedari matan yukote daida nal taka arfin kor barq idin ansidu arfin kor to barq idin.
He's quite a character when he looks at you. You know, the eyes go right to the back of your head. That was a bit unnerving. But he obviously picked up on children being the issue. But according to him, that's going to be fine because I'm going to have a baby when I get back home. So that's something to look forward to.
I had a termination years ago. I was, 24, so it was way before I met John. And that was kind of... I didn't know I was pregnant until about 22 weeks, so it was really late. So it was a decision that had to be made incredibly quickly. In my head, I suppose I thought, oh, I can deal with this, you know, everything will be fine. And then people started to talk to me, you know, my parents started to talk to me, and, you know, we decided that at that point in my life it was probably the right thing to do. And I can remember my mum saying, oh, you know, you'll find someone that you love and you'll have kids, and, you know, it's I'm not saying she was being callous about it at all. So I went ahead and had a termination. There are still moments, even now, I mean, God, that child now would be kind of in their mid-20s. And there's just moments that I think about it. But that moment is like Christmas morning, I might think. But it is part of my makeup now, so it is there, I know that.
Back in the village, the children enlist Anna to help practice their dancing for the festivities.
Come on then, you come with me.
Then we wiggle our bottoms, wiggle your bottoms. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle.
The only girl who isn't dancing is Dobo's youngest, Inti.
What's the matter with your legs? What's the matter? I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. Oh, poor Inti. She's such a happy little girl, and she's always smiling in the morning. When I wake up, she's the first person that smiles at me. I think I want to go outside. That really shocked me. And especially when they ask if there's any way you can help. You know, they're doing everything. They're going hungry for me. They're giving up their house for me. They're giving up their bedroom for me. Then they ask you something like that and you can't say yes. So that's hard. But that's how it is. I just looked over and she was just like glaring, as if she wanted to join in but couldn't. And it kind of didn't seem fair. We're going to do some dancing. Yeah. Come on, let's show them how good you are. And it's interesting because you go over and try to help and she goes, no, 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 no. As if, I don't know, maybe people just don't help her to dance and things like that. She can do little bits. You just need to coax her into it. Yay!
Overnight, Dobo's relatives have begun streaming into the village for the jump. Some have walked for days to be here. The ceremony itself won't take place for 3 days. Until it does, though, the village will be full of Anna's new extended family. And already the atmosphere is electric.
Absolutely mental. It started, I think, about 4 o'clock. Everyone was asleep. All of a sudden, the horn started playing outside. And within about a quarter of an hour, there was probably half of these people here singing. All the girls were out there singing and stomping. It was almost like a thundercloud coming over. You could feel the earth shaking. They've kept this up since, I would say, probably about 4:30 this morning.
As Garko's honorary mother, Anna helps Dobo look after the guests.
They get me working harder because it really is a big day today. Dobo's working really hard, and I suppose they want me to be doing the same kind of things as she's doing.
Hamar families share everything. And Anna notices something's gone missing.
I walked into the hut to get some water. I could see when I walked in that my pyjama bottoms weren't hanging up where they usually are. And at the corner of my eye, I saw the colour green. And one of the guys had got them on. You're going to give them a wash before I get them back? You win. Oh well.
As the first day's festivities draw to a close, all Garko's immediate family, including Anna, gathers around him to bless his performance at the cattle jump in a few days' time. Now she's a Hamar mother, Dobo wants Anna to have her hair done like theirs for Garko's big day.
My hair is very, very different to your hair. If I put the red on it, it may go a little bit strange. I cannot go back to England and have a problem with my hair. I don't want to offend anyone at all, but this is the one thing that concerns me. If you're saying that, I will do it, and I trust you. No, I'm not doing it for them. I'll do it for Dobo. I trust you. Oh, I'm going to go back like bald. Make it quick and painless, please. I get Kit Kats at my hairdressers. It feels gritty. I suppose that's the soil. And it smells of gorgonzola cheese. It is a huge privilege to be asked. And that is really the only reason I've done it. If it was just a normal day and they just wanted to do it for the sake of, you know, making me look like a Hamar, then I wouldn't have done it. I really wouldn't have done it. But I just knew from what Dobo said that it was more important. And she's done pretty much everything else. You know, she's looked after me totally. And I think it probably means quite a lot for her, for me to do it.
Dobo's mother, Gulu, is by far the oldest resident in Minagwelti, and has seen more cattle jumps and whippings than anyone else. As Garko's honorary mother, Anna is worried about the ceremony and what will be expected of her.
I don't want to be whipped. I'm quite frightened about being whipped. I've never seen that before. In England, that doesn't happen. So how am I going to tell the young men that I don't want to be whipped? How will they know that?
Ya indano kalde indano kaisin andana gadin kirbaina andana dagan ya indano kandale wakati bisha ko andana dagan ya kan atani andana gadin kirbaina dagan ko tubuno na waisare ta buno na qalbain.
Good. Bravo, that's good. When you have been to bull jumps before, have you been beaten? Have they beaten you?
In tena ukulina bulanga andana gadin kirbana kira cho igira ditin inte ana igira didaisi mazin ka dandai siamono imbabe indabe nanu kuranna gan amangate imbanasa wonga sa chante yal ena marne charin to wonga ya dal sa susil wonga alu wonga bakin to boka tune ka yinki waisa sirate yin kirbalen inda nasa yina masa mata ina inda imbaka ina mata. So you going tomorrow? I
think I think I understood that one. At least I now know what my role is tomorrow. It's sad she can't go because she's obviously experienced a lot. She's obviously tough as well. You know, saying she would defy her family to say, no, I want to be beaten more. And when you hear that, that's when you realise how brutal it's going to be. But her face lit up when she said it. That's the bit I can't get my head around. You know, her face just lights up as if they're obviously proud to be whipped, really proud to be whipped. They're not suffering in silence, they are proud to be whipped here.
After days of build-up, it's finally time for the ceremony, and everyone's keen to look their best.
Pajama man. I did promise my pyjamas to Dobo, so she's going to have to fight her own battle to get those back once I've gone. The fact he's got a machine gun around his neck most of the time today, so I'm going to keep on his best side. If he wants the top, he can have it.
The first thing some of the guests notice is Anna's new hair colour. Before they set off, Anna rubs butter on the girls' backs. They believe this will soothe the pain of the whipping. Girls as young as 12 volunteer to take part.
Oh, they're off, they're off, they're off.
The ceremony itself takes place on sacred ground, 4 hours' walk from the village. The women dance themselves into a frenzy, demanding to be whipped by a group of young men known as the Maza. The Maza have all recently come of age by jumping the cattle. If Garko is successful today, he'll become a Maza too.
Absolutely horrific. And the girls are just standing there, offering sticks to be beaten. And they're not even flinching.
would you want that doing to you?
One of the village elders steps in to say there's been enough whipping. But Dobo's daughter Guido and her female relative beg for more. The more they're whipped, the greater their show of loyalty to the family.
I've just turned round and two of the girls are really bleeding all down their backs. But they're the ones in the front of the queue again. I thought I'd get upset, but it is so bad that you instantly go through upset. You can't have pity or you can't get upset because I can't change anything.
The men start lining up the cattle for Garko's jump, and finally the whipping has to stop. The ceremony is about to begin. Garko must run across the cattle's backs 4 times in a row to complete his initiation.
I'm quite nervous for him. He's standing there like totally naked. He's got, oh, here we go.
Garko is now a man, and today, family bonds have been strengthened.
All his family got in a big group. He was at the front, and they called me over to stand with them, and that was amazing. It's been a huge emotional day. And now he's quiet. Oh.
All of Dobo's relatives return to their villages, and life in Minagwelti returns to normal.
Hello. Hello.
Anna is reaching the end of her stay.
2 hands. Oh!
Ready? Because I'm not.
Okay, Pip, kids. What I've kind of learnt is I do come across as confident, but there is part of me that is incredibly insecure, and I think that confidence is actually more of a show than a genuine form of confidence. And I think some of the strength that I've got here, just doing some of the kind of tasks they've got me to do that I never thought I would be able to do, makes me realise that actually I'm a stronger human being than I thought I was.
Did you think I'd be able to do it? There's life in the old dog yet.
It's her last night in Minagwelti, and Anna takes charge of cooking for the entire village.
That's perfect. It reminds me of a pork sausage. I knew there was something that was much more real out there that involved kind of people maybe more. And coming here has really made me realise just how little simple things can make people so happy. They don't have to cost a lot of money, but the important thing that they have to have is time to do that. Time to kind of really say, okay, let's just see what happens today. And that's what I'm not particularly good at, and that's what I want to try and get better at.
Go on, try my cooking.
What I want to do is go back and really try and, get us communicating together better. That's the goal that I will kind of be leaving here with regards to John and I.
It's just about us spending a little bit more quality time together, but without it being necessarily planned.
Okay, who wants a sausage? Oh, a second one. Must be good.
It's Anna's final morning. Oita, Dobo's brother and chief of the whole area, has come to say goodbye.
Taki, ya ana ake kota ninkoka pena disimu ya apa. Taki endo sai efatan. Eno mo an isono. Pena mo ana payano shupo mo paya. Eda dosamo. Ya nagayan kaya.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me stay.
Tapayate. Payate eda mbega. Angala birato kot idere ne kririn esomaiti. Irkurar ditini intama.
I've got a huge family. And I mean, that's one thing I can't go back and change.
I now call you Grandma. No, don't. Do you want a tissue?
I can have more contact with the family I have, which I think is important. And relationships like that maybe just don't have to be family. They can be friends as well.
I found a Hamar that cries with me at last.
Well, I have got great friends. I don't have many, and maybe making new friends might add to my confidence or might make me a better person as a whole.
Thank you. I know I can come anytime here because you've made me feel part of your family. You've looked after me. And I hope that I've been helpful to you as well. I feel like I've got an Ethiopian family here that I can come and visit anytime, that I'll always be welcome, and that I will think about. And I'm not going to. I close my eyes. That I will think about a lot in England.
Bye bye, Auntie. Bye. You're going to give me a lovely smile. You're going to give me a lovely smile.
There's more football later this evening with another match from the last 16 at the World Cup. That's at 1:45. And double comedy coming up tonight with another chance to see The Graham Norton Show at 11:35 after Mongrels next.